You had an Epstein binder on hand back in February, March, whenever that was. I want to learn more about that situation and what happened.
Absolutely. So I actually was invited to this meeting at the White House. I thought that the email was a scam because I never get invited to stuff like this. This was a meeting with JD Vance, with the entire administration. And I usually say no to going to the White House or really making friends with any politicians, but obviously this was something that I could not pass up on. Now, the initial meeting was stated to us that we were going to be meeting JD Vance, like I said, various members of the administration, and we were essentially, as new media, independent journalists, going to be given access to the administration, which is something that truly has never been done before. So it was an incredible opportunity. As we are in this meeting, we meet with Caroline Levitt, JD Vance comes in, we met with Kash Patel, and then, of course, Pam Bondi. She brings in this box of binders. And the day before, she had gone on Fox News and stated that she had, essentially phase 2, this big breaking news, the Epstein list that she was going to be releasing. And then we get these binders, which say Epstein Files phase 1, most transparent administration in history. And the rest is also history. Now, I immediately, upon seeing this box and the binder itself, thought to myself, as a journalist, this is such a controversial story that Americans have been asking for. They've been asking for this information for decades. I don't feel right as a journalist having this information before the American public. And I immediately knew what Pam Bondi wanted. She wanted us to do a photo op with these binders. I did not take a photo with one because I kind of felt like this is what she was setting us up for. And what ended up happening was we had an embargo until 3 p.m., so we couldn't discuss it. Other people that were given the binder ended up had photos taken of them or took photos of themselves and posted them. I waited until 3 p.m. and kind of took more of the journalistic standpoint and was like, this was the meeting. This is what happened. We were told that day there was supposed to be a press conference. Once that press conference didn't happen, I put out a report and talked about what my side of the story was.
Wow. Were you allowed to talk about what you saw inside of them or no?
Yes. I mean, at the end of the day, all of the information that we were given was essentially recycled old information. And the only bombshell in there was that Pam Bondi stated that various, different parts of the FBI were holding information from her and that she was going to be requesting that. So that was supposed to be the big bombshell there. But, what ended up happening was this huge controversy surrounding these damn binders that we were handed out. And keep in mind, too, that I think a lot of the people who proudly held these up have been huge supporters of the administration for years, had a blind trust in Pam Bondi, were excited about the transparency that we were going to be seeing surrounding these binders. Unfortunately, fast forward to today, and not only did Epstein not kill himself, but there was no client list and the case is closed.
Wow. It makes you wonder what was in those things.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really frustrating. And we're going to continue calling out Pam Bondi because she went on Fox News since I feel like since she became Attorney General, she's been on Fox News. She's been stating that they have thousands of hours of footage, that they have terabytes of data, that they have names, that they have flight logs, which they've had the flight logs all along. But it's like we were promised this since Pam Bondi got elected. And now all of a sudden we're just supposed to look the other way. Absolutely not.
You think she'll resign?
I hope she does. I mean, as of now, it's Kash Patel and Dan Bongino stating that if she doesn't resign, that they will be resigning.
Wow.
So we will see what happens there. Yep, that's just breaking now.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, so that's where we are currently at. And overwhelmingly, the American people would choose Kash and Dan over Pam Bondi because for what we've seen from her so far, and I think this is probably the best analogy for Pam, is that if you're going to be the Attorney General for a president who got shot in the head, then you need to be a pit bull, not a Pomeranian. And we have a Pomeranian right now.
Absolutely. You still opting out of facial recognition at the airports?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, Sean, I didn't post this, but I should have. I walked through TSA for the first time in my life and I didn't have to take my shoes off, which more than anything just pissed me off because it just proved how arbitrary TSA rules have been this entire time.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm still doing that. I'm still getting bad looks from the TSA. But
all right, guys, Sean Kelly here, host of the Digital Social Hour podcast. Just filmed 33 amazing episodes at Student Action Summit. Shout out to Code Health, sponsor of these episodes, but also I took them before filming each day. Felt amazing. Just filmed 20 episodes straight and I'm not even tired, honestly. So Code Health, amazing products. I also take these at home, especially when I traveled. I used to get sick every time I flew, and I started taking that. First time, I haven't had a runny nose, knock on wood. One standout element, I mean, it's so easy. You got the travel pack here, but you could just take this, fit it in your pocket if you need to. Also, all natural, like only saline solution in there. So you don't got to worry about any crazy side effects or anything. Yeah, Code's unique. With supplements, there's a lot of who knows what's in those ingredients. Code Health, I haven't seen much like this, where it's just based off, the codes that are in the saline solution. So I would say they're very unique. It's going to be the future of health and medicine. Code Health has been awesome.
Feel the drop and go code yourself.
It's like, you know what? I'm not going to stop until you guys remove the facial recognition software that I don't need to be a part of.
Right. Do you opt out of the full body scan too?
I don't, but I feel like I should, because it's like if I'm opting out of the facial scan, then I feel like that's the next natural progression of radicalization. You know what I mean?
Also, there's some health theories on what those things are doing to the body.
Dude, every single time I'm in that thing, I'm like, I'm getting freaking microwaved right now. It's horrible.
I mean, I get sick almost every time I fly, to be honest. I just saw the radiation. I don't know. My nose just starts running every time.
Vaxxed? I'm kidding.
Hell no. No, that's an insult. Just the childhood ones, which we didn't know at the time, right? When we were growing up.
I tell my mom, I'm like, I'm going to sue because I was vaccinated against my will.
I mean, playing sports, you had to get additional ones, I think. So I got that. But
yeah, no, even to travel abroad. I remember being in college and they said that I had to get certain vaccinations to travel abroad. And I was like, okay, sure. And I just didn't do it. But, I'm so happy that we are in an age of transparency to an extent to where people are more awake about what's going on regarding what we're putting into our bodies, the food supply, TSA, how much of a sham it is.
Well, they just announced a new COVID strain. Did you see that?
No.
2 days ago. So there's a new vaccine that just got approved literally yesterday, I think.
Right.
For 6-month-old and above.
Yep. No, I did see that new, I think it's Pfizer, is it? Or Moderna? Moderna, that just got approved. That was heartbreaking to see because, of course, we are hoping with the FDA and I guess HHS that we are going to see more of that transparency surrounding the vaccines. But I also think that's a super touchy subject. And I kind of view it like the Epstein Files, right? Like we want this huge overhaul and reform, but I don't think it's going to happen immediately. And that's just the reality of it.
Yeah. You working on any big investigations right now?
As of now, I am trying to follow these ICE raids. I've been up in New York, most recently reporting on the Roosevelt Hotel, which has since shut down. This is one of the largest migrant processing centers in New York, officially closed. However, what's happening now is those migrants are now just being put into the homeless shelter. And Mayor Eric Adams just signed a $1 billion contract to fund that. And those homeless shelters also do get federal funding as well. So I'm really trying to put the pressure on about that because I think a lot of people are celebrating, okay, awesome, the migrant shelters are closing. But no, in fact, these migrants are just being hidden in plain sight. And then you have the homeless service employees that are specifically being told that not only is it illegal to share the immigration status of their clients in the homeless shelters, but also that even an ICE detainer is not enough to allow them into the facility.
Dang. You think Eric Adams will win against this new up-and-coming guy?
That's a good question. And I've been in New York quite a bit. And I know what New Yorkers are like. And I think that a lot of them are like Nepo babies who have lived such these good lives that they are pushing for socialism. Like that's kind of the two classes of people that I see, right? It's like the Nepo babies and I'm going to be very honest with it. It's just like, I feel like the first generation children of immigrants who I don't feel are loyal to the United States of America and kind of have that dual loyalty to other foreign nations. So regarding Zohran, like, look, I can see why he's popular. He's young, he's got energy, and he's speaking directly to what people want to hear. Rent is too high. What's going on in New York? I think that's a very important thing. And I hope that Republicans take a page out of his book because whether they love him or hate him, he is clearly, successful in garnering attention and utilizing social media well.
Where are you at with the whole amnesty debate with the illegal immigrants?
No amnesty at all. I want mass deportations. And I've been getting a lot of flack about that because I'm a Hernandez myself. I'm Hispanic.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting. And here's the episode.